G'day guys, how's it going? Welcome to Man Cave Tuesday. Hope you all had a ripper week. Now what we've got going on in this video is check out what Nay's been up to in the woodshed, take you through the process of changing Harry's bloody oil and oil filter, that's the C50 Boulevard. I raked some leaves. I used those new letter stamps to make a marking in that bottle opener railway spike thing, and at the end of the bloody video, I'll give it away to one of the crew members. Oh, and we've got another new sticker for the worldwide sticker board. Last but not least, we do happy hour with Matt here at the Man Cave. All right, let's go and check out what Nay's up to in the woodshed. Oops, and actually guys, it's gonna most probably be a long one, so I'm just gonna run all the videos straight after, one after another. All right, let's go. What are you doing?
Trying to find something.
No, but I'm doing what's Nay up to in the woodshed. It's not the woodshed.
You're not putting this on video.
You look cute, come on.
No,
Tell us what you got there, baby.
you're not putting this on video. I've got signs.
They're lovely signs. So these are the signs that you saw last week that she was doing, the frames. And this is all the writing that's on there. Pretty cool, aren't they? What we got over here? Oh. You're entirely bonkers, but I'll tell you a secret. All the best people are. Alice in Wonderland. There she got. Some call it chaos, we call it family. Cool bananas.
Lovely.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
Rightio guys, so now it is time to give Harry his change of oil. We're moving up to that 20W50, going to replace his oil filter. I'll take you over to the Man Cave and we'll check out what we've got to do this job. Rightio, so oil. Damn it, we need oil to do this job. Now I'm going to run through a whole heap of bullshit just briefly on top. I know there's guys out there that get their bikes serviced and maybe they want to have a shot at doing themselves. I'm no expert, I've got to keep bloody saying that because new people come on and they've got to know that I'm not an expert, I'm not a mechanic. Now, what I want to first tell you is, so for the Boulevard C50, 2009 model, when I first bought it, I just started using Castrol 10W40, which is what the manual recommends, as in the viscosity, 10W40. When Maxima, Steve Kramer's, they bloody gave me a care package all to do with when I got the DR650 and we were doing that charity ride, blah, 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 blah. I've then continued to use the Maxima stuff. I like the Maxima stuff. That's not to say you have to use Maxima. There's all heaps of bloody brands. Castrol's bloody fantastic. Never had a problem with that. Haven't had a problem with this. This is what I still run in the DR650. It is overkill on a DR650, I know that, but hey, I like that bike and I thought, why not? So, now I want to get into the viscosity, because what I'm now doing is I'm moving up to a 20W50. And you're going, well Mark, the bike says 10W50, you should, 10W40, you should be using that. You can't go changing it. Well, you can, because in the manual, you'll see that it says 10W40. That's what they recommend, but they state that if you can't get 10W40, alternative ones are, and they list them down here. Now, this also pertains to if you're in a really, really cold place that's cold all the time, shut up, Mr. Bird, you'll want to use a lighter oil. If you're in a really hot place, you'll want to use a thicker oil. Now the reason for that is that 10W40, now this is just, don't take everything for, you know, as spot on. Maybe search other bloody more wisdom people. But when you first start that bike, it's cold. That's where that 10W is going. This is very, very rough, but the 10 is how thick it is when it's cold. So the thinner the oil is when it's cold, it means that when you start it up, because that's where all the wear is normally, is at the startup, because all the oil's drained out and everything up here is all dry, so it starts moving in dryness. So you want the oil that's down here to shoot up as quick as possible. Now if it's thick, it's going to take longer to get up and start lubricating all that. If it's thinner, it'll shoot up there a whole lot bloody quicker. Now that's the 10W part. Now, so the top part, the 50 or the 40 or whatever it is, that's when it's hot. So the 10W40, the 10 means that it can be colder and we'll get up there quicker. The 40 means that it'll be, let's just call it 40 thin at 100 centigrade. But if you get the 20W40, it means it's going to be thicker at startup, so it'll take a bit. That's if it's really cold. If it's not that cold, well then it's going to be pretty much the bloody same as what it would have been the 10W. This is most probably, I'm not very good at explaining this. But if it's hot, that oil will be thicker when it's at that 100 centigrade, which I believe is the optimal bloody range of heat for an operating motorcycle engine or something like that. So that's that is a brief explanation of that. So the reason why I'm moving up to the 10, moving up to the 20W50 is because Harry is using oil on that Cooper PD, and before that it was all right, I noticed that it was using it, but obviously when we did that big trip, over a short period of time there was a lot of oil used, and I went, geez, I've really got to do something about it. Now, backgrounds back a bit, I checked Harry's tappets. I've done it years ago for the first time, not a problem, it was great. The second time I did it, I wasn't too sure. It was after doing it. It's a real bugger of a job to do because you've got to pull a whole heap of stuff apart to then do the tappets, and there's 4 of them to be done. To test it, you've got to put it all back to bloody together, start her up, and if you think one of them's sounding a little bit more than the others, or you're going, oh, I don't think it doesn't sound right, you've got to then pull it all back apart and then redo all the tests, and it's a real difficult spot to get in to do the job. So I was a bit worried that I wasn't doing it right, so I took it to Bowen, which is a mechanic that I've known for years. He used to work for the Suzuki dealership. It's who we bought the Intruder through, Bowen. He was a salesman out there at that time. He's a mechanic, qualified mechanic. Anyway, he ended up going out on his own, so we sent it to him, and I told him what the deal was, that it sounded a bit bloody noisy and it's using some oil. So he checked it and he said, no, you've got your tappets right. The using of oil, he said, look, we could pull the bloody motor down and actually not find anything wrong, or we might find something wrong, but it's going to cost you a bloody fortune to do it. He said, if you really don't want to be using that oil, move up a grade. Move up from 10W40, move up to 20W50. That's what I'm doing, because it's what we believe. I know some people have talked about magic oil or something, that you can run this particular oil and it cleans the pistons inside the thing. That gets some gunk on it, and the rings get gunked up and they stop working. So it lets oil pass and then it goes into the exhaust and burns out. So I may go down that track, but at this stage I'm just going to up it to 20W50 because I don't believe in our weather here. Now I'm really rambling. That's what I'm doing, 20W50. Now I also wanted to say, not all bikes are the same, not all oils are the same, but generally you've got to get a specific motorbike oil. You can't use car engine oil in it because, hang on a minute, because of the clutch, the wet clutch. So normal, because a car has clutch, bloody fluid, transmission fluid, engine fluid, they're all separated. But with the bike, normally the clutch and the engine oil are all the same thing. So that's what they call a wet clutch. So in cars they have extra modifiers or friction modifier bloody things, which is bad for a motorbike's clutch. You can't have that. So I think this one, yeah, I can't see that without my glasses, but I'm pretty sure it kind of like states on there about something about the clutch, you know, specially formulated. So that's why you've got to get a special oil. Now there are exceptions, and I do have a couple of bikes here that are the exception, and they are the postie bikes. And what I run in them is just car engine oil. As you can see, it says postie bike on it, and that's just 20W50. Pretty much, yeah, a postie bike, you can chuck anything in it. The reason for that is that they don't have a clutch as such. You know, you don't have your clutch thing. It has a, I don't know, centrifugal clutch or some whiz bang crazy thing in there. So I can get away with just using that. How was that, guys? That's a bit bloody, that's a bit much to take in. Rambling. All right, so that's the oil. That's why I'm moving up to the 20W50. All right, let's have a look at the rest of the stuff. Rightio, so obviously we need something to pour the oil out of the bike into. Some rags for wiping up crap. I've got the 4 litres of oil. I've got the oil filter. Don't know whether I need the funnel with these 1 litres, but if I've got a 4 litre, I'll use a funnel. I need my little tool to get the oil filter off in conjunction with one of those, and then also this to get the sump plug out. Cool.
Rightio guys, so the first thing that we've got to do is obviously warm up the motorbike. The reason why you want the motorbike warm is that obviously the engine gets, that's not a bad sound. Sorry, the reason why you want to warm up the bike is you want to warm up the oil so it becomes thinner and it just pours out of the bike, whereas if it was cold, the oil would be real gluggy, not gluggy, but it wouldn't all, basically you'll get more of the oil out if it's warmed up and the oil's nice and thin and slippery. Actually, you know what I've done? I forgot my bloody sunglasses. I tell you what, having the big windscreen, those new fork shields, I mean by now I would have been crying, but it's actually not too bad. It looks like the rain, I thought we were going to get a bit of rain. At my place there's not too many level areas, and when you're doing your oil, checking your oil, or you know, changing your oil, because you've got to check it, you've got to be on a level area. And the only 2 places, one out the front and one out the back, and they're both not undercover. So I can feel little bits of bloody rain, but hopefully it holds off by the time we get this job done. All right guys, we'll see you back at the man cave.
Rightio guys, so this is my level spot. There's one out the front where I've got another one for checking oil. But right here, I've worked out that that is the level spot. Cool. Rightio, so the first thing I've got to do is take this bloody plastic bash plate off. Now, you'll notice that that is the plate there. It runs all the way down there. That just loops on there. Over here, that's busted. I busted that on and that was actually, I didn't realise, that was from the Coober Pedy trip. And it's not where you think it was on those bloody back roads. It was actually on a speed bump. Me and Nay, it was just a really tall, it was actually 2 speed bumps very close together. And as we went over, we went kind of like, oh, and then on the next one we went bang, and that's just busted that black back plastic clip off. Now over the years there's a screw here, but you can't see it because of all this duct tape that I use to help hold that all up, because the screw is just kind of like stripped or whatever on there. So I'm going to take all this off. Rightio guys, so hopefully you can see this. So that's all, there you go. So it's actually 2 screws, and I reckon they're not the proper screws, not the original screws. I can't remember, but anyway. Rightio, so as you can see, these are they aren't the originals, they are just, this is Mark's dodgy bloody fix-ups. So now that should pop down like that. Hope you can see that. Doing all this, and then that pops out there. And hey presto, we've removed that, which will then show us that. So now we've got to undo that. Okay, so now I think it's a 14 mil. Oh, and there you go. Don't do it up. That's just silly, Mark. Let's try and undo that, eh? Oh, which way? No, I'm doing it. Oh, I'm an idiot. There we go. Welcome to Mark's backyard antics. So obviously we get our oil pan ready. And obviously be careful because oil will be a little bit hot. There we go. Now we've got to do is wait for all that to drain out. Rightio, so that's been draining. Now obviously you've got to bring the bike back up to be balanced for it to get the rest of the oil out. So I can see that's pouring. I don't know whether I can hold this bike. Let's see if I can get this off the tripod. Oh, I don't know. Oh. Rightio guys, I don't think I tried to get you to see the little dribble coming out. Now you can wait until it fully stops dribbling, but it could take bloody forever for that to happen. So I just, once it gets just down to a tiny little bloody dribble, I just then go, right, that's enough. So this is what we end up with, obviously. So now we've got to do the air filter, the oil filter. Here's a pro tip for you guys. When you're changing your oil and you're talking to a bloody video camera and you pull out the drain thing, don't forget to put the the sump plug back in, otherwise you leak all on your concrete. Rightio guys, so now you can see that's the oil filter there. I've got my little tool on it, and all I've got to do is turn this tool. I'll show you how this tool works when I get it out, so you'll be able to see it better. That should be enough, should be able to get my hand onto that. Now I've got to get me oil tray back under, because you'll lose some out of this. There we go. So same deal with this, is that we let that drain out, and I don't know whether if I move it or not. If I just move this back, hopefully when I pull this bike back over you might be able to see whether it does or not. Oh. Move it around. So yeah, that'll help move some of that oil out. Wiggle it around. Let me go, yeah, that's enough. Lean it back over. Rightio, so how I took that, normally you would see, like for cars, you'd have one of those. That goes over it, and then that's what you do to do it up, take it off. But for this bike, I don't know if all bikes are the same, but I use basically that thing. And how that works, once you get your little socket thing that fits in there, I'll do this upside down, but basically that, oh, go around, you idiot. And then as I'm turning on that, that is gripping that, and that's what turns it around. Cool. Right, get this bloody oil filter out, take off its little plastic cover. Now, one thing that now you'll notice there is a rubber ring on there. You've got to make sure that the rubber ring isn't left on the bike from the old one. So if I look here, the rubber ring is still on there, which means it's not on the bike. I once did this, and the rubber ring was left on the bike. Did it all, started it up, and oh by Jesus, oil went squirting the hell out of the bike off to the side. So I learnt my lesson well on that one. All right, so now I'll just get this back in. I can use my hand just to tighten this up. I don't use that tool to fully tighten it, because my hand tightness on this is enough. Rightio, now to just put this thing on. Now this ring has actually got some type of, I don't know, lubricant or whatever on it. If it's dry, just grab a little bit of oil and rub around that ring. That will just help it all screw back on and seat. I don't know, it does, I don't know. That's what you do. And I just keep tightening this up until I can't tighten with my hand anymore. So now I can move that oil out. There we go. That's it. That is done. Rightio, so sump plug is done up tight. The filter is done up tight. All I've now got to do is put this back on underneath there. I'll get some new duct tape just to do that thing. And then we're ready for the filling up. I'll come back to you when we're ready to fill. Rightio, let's have a go at doing this without a funnel. So remember, Harry, with a filter change, will take 3.4 litres of oil. So I'm going to now pour in 3 litres straight up without checking his level. So I'll come back to you once I've got all those in, guys. Rightio guys, so I just got to pull this bike over one-handed. And we'll see. Can I touch that exhaust pipe? Oh, that's alright, cool. That might help it be a bit steadier. Alright, so as I bring it over to the balance point, we should see that oil level. So, where are we? I think, hang on, go back. I think about there is its balance point. So we're on the lower point. So those 2 notches you see there on the left, that's your lower and your upper. As long as you're between those, you're sweet. But I will get this closer to the upper one. So I've got to pour some more in. And now this is where I'll just put a little bit at a time. It's much better to do it a little bit by little bit rather than put a big bit and then go, whoops, I've bloody put too much in. Cool, I'll come back to you. Rightio guys, so I've done the final couple of top-ups. Get this back over. Find its balance point, which is there. So I'm just kind of just keeping it on that balance, which is about there. So I won't worry about putting any more. Once you start getting up further, it's just a little bit by little bit, but that'll do the trick. So obviously remember to put your little filler cap on. Now I believe that should pretty much fill, as we're pouring that in, that should fill the filter. It'll go into the filter. I'm not 100% sure, but now what I'll do is I'll start, let it run, stop it, let it drain, and then do one final check to make sure that it's gotten into all its bloody spots that it wants to fill into. But judging by how much I've basically used 3.4, nearly 3.4 on it, so that means, you know, we're pretty well right. Rightio, let's start her up. So I'll just let that run for, I don't know, 30 seconds, turn her off, wait for it to drain, check it again. Well, there you go guys, that's a job done. Hopefully for you guys it wasn't too bloody painful. Alright, let's get back to the man cave. Well, life is just a bloody cycle, isn't it? You want to watch me rake up these leaves real fast? Let's go, cue the speed. Nearly done. There you have it. Let's give Pookie some fun in those leaves. Rightio. There we go. Whoop. What are you doing in there? Come on. Whoop. There you go. Pretty good. I know, I'm crazy. Rightio guys, so we have, remember I was talking about this last week, so this is one of those bottle openers that we made. So we want to put some writing on it. We're going to give this away to a crew member. Trying to work out, keep on writing, keep on keeping on. They were all too long to fit on this bottle opener. So we're going with MCT 2018. Man Cave Tuesday 2018. What do you reckon? We're just going to do it anyway. Right, so I'm going to use this. Put that on here so I've got something solid to, you know, that it's not going to bounce. So we can make this impression. And that there, hopefully, I don't know about the focus on that, but yeah, so that's the M. And then hopefully I can get these to all go in a fairly straight line without it looking hickledy-pickledy. See how we go. Well guys, I reckon that's going to be a little bit harder to do than what I expected, but we'll see how we go. Rightio guys, so we've now ground that up. I'm going to have a shot at doing this, and especially while it's warm, see if this is going to make a bigger difference. Man, that is still hot. Well, you can definitely see that better. I'll see if I can get another shot over the top without messing it up. It's hot. Rightio guys. Matthew with the great idea as per usual. We're going to use this one because that can actually rest in its, yeah, if you know what I mean, so I get a better whack on it. There we go. Oh, that's way better. Looks pretty good. Well, there you go guys, MCT 2018. So obviously grinding this, not having all those pits, just made it so much easier. Putting it in that other vise, being able to hold there. Yeah, so I'm really happy with the way those stamps worked. So now we've just got to give it away to somebody. Hang on guys, as per usual I went a little bit further with it, and this is the end product now. So hopefully that'll focus in on that. So what I did was just sprayed some spray paint over it, and then wiped it off. I did a little bit of sanding as well, and then I've just clear coated this whole thing. So I reckon that really added to the look of it. It makes it look older. Yeah, bloody brilliant. Now I've already worked out who I'm going to give it to. This hasn't been a raffle. I'm giving it away to a particular person, obviously one of the crew members, but you'll have to wait a little bit later in Man Cave Tuesday. I'll tell you who wins it. Wins it? They didn't win it. I'm just giving it to them. Rightio guys, so I've got another sticker. It's come from James from Traralgon, but it pertains, there's a cool word, pertains to New Zealand. Now, I've got a big write-up. Got some pictures here, which I'll show you as I read this out, and some stickers as well, which I'll show you as I read this out. Dog wants to get back up. See? Rightio, short lookers on. What do we got? G'day Mark and Nay. Firstly Mark, keep up the good work with the videos. You do a great job and I find them highly entertaining. I like the way you incorporate Nay and her woodwork. She is obviously very creative, and I like the way Nay uses second-hand materials for her pieces. Excellent recycling. We as a society throw way too much stuff away. Not that I'm a greenie by any means, haha. Cool, good on you mate. Anywho, my wife and I just recently celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary. Congratulations. Over in New Zealand, and whilst we were there, we visited a hardware store in Invercargill. bottom of South Island. Now remember South Island, that's the mecca of bloody motorcycling in the world. What's so exciting about this, you might ask? Well, the family-run store Hayes Hardware houses Burt Munro's actual Indian motorbike that he set all his speed records on at Bonneville Salt Flats, USA. Bloody ripper. I love that movie, and what a character that Burt must have been. The good thing about this is that it is on display with a heap of other bikes and old equipment scattered throughout their store for anyone to look at free of charge. They could have quite easily put this collection into a display room and charged people $30 or $40 to see it, but they haven't, which I think is pretty excellent. Yeah, absolutely. So even though I am actually from Traralgon here in Victoria, I thought you would like a couple of stickers for the sticker board of the world's fastest Indian. So that's these two stickers here. Get that up on there. And this one here. They're pretty bloody cool stickers. So if you're ever in New Zealand, I think it's a must-see for any biking enthusiast, regardless of what you ride. Absolutely, yeah, definitely. I don't think there'd be too many people that don't know about Burt Munro and the fast. Obviously, with that movie coming out, really highlighted it, because I didn't know about him until that movie came out. There is heaps of other cool stuff to look at. Whilst on the subject of New Zealand, if you haven't been there, you must put it on your to-do list. Excellent roads and great scenery at every turn. We will certainly be heading back and hiring a bike to tour around on. Cheers, James. Keep on riding. Cool. Now, he's got a PS. Keep up the good work you're doing on Little Lucifer. I'll certainly be sticking my name in the drawer to have the chance to buy it. Great work. I've also included a few pics of my steeds and my son's pony. The two posties were inspired by none other than yourself. My son's bike is the army looking postie. Let's get the army postie, because this is really cool. This is very similar to Nay's Tango, her one. Look at that. Love that seat that's on there. That's cool as. And bloody hell, mate, being 15-year-old and doing that, that's shit hot. What do we got? The two posties were inspired. My son's bike is the army looking postie, which is not bad considering he is only 15 when he did it up. Cheers again. Absolutely, that is cool as. So here's the other one. Look at that. That's like a Harley, what do you call it? Top box. Notice the stickers. Keep on riding the biker bits. And look at that. That's you can't get a better bloody, what do you call it, number plate license for a postie bike, CT110. Oh, and there's the other ones there. Bloody ripper. Cool as, James. Thank you very much. Now, where are we've got to put these stickers. So I'm going to put one of these on the, I'll put that one on the board over there, and I'll stick one of these up around here. Cool, let's get into it. Rightio, so first there is that sticker down there. Now over to the workshop. I'll put all the pictures up on there, and I'll put James Australia. Now over to the stables. There is the sticker, and obviously I didn't say it, but I forget about international people. So Traralgon is Australia, and we come down to Victoria, and basically Traralgon is east of Melbourne. Now New Zealand and South Island is down there. Cool. I've gotten a bit bloody slack, guys, but that's alright. I'll go back and I'll run all these things. I'll just go back to the videos and then find out where they've got to go. There you go. James, thanks heaps, mate. Cool. Back to the man cave. G'day, guys. Welcome to Happy Hour. Got Matt here.
Hey, guys.
And what we're doing tonight is we're going to try a beer called Potosi.
Potosi from Wisconsin. It's a Marzen beer.
There you go. let's grab it out of the fridge. Rightio, so we've got the bloody beer out. So this is it. So Potosi, and it's an Oktoberfest, and it's Marzen
style lager.
I'm going to pour this out. Matt's going to bloody, if he can remember what it was.
Yeah, so it's just your standard lager. This one's brewed in Wisconsin. It's a Marzen style, which originates back in Bavaria. They had a brewing law come in that said they could only brew between September and April because over summer it was too hot and it was just not good brewing. So March was the last month that they could practically brew beer. So they brewed it heavier, higher alcohol content so that it would last over the summer period. And then at Oktoberfest they would sell off the last of what they had left. And that's the general gist of it.
Bloody brilliant, I reckon. Alright, so now for the tasting.
Yeah.
Looks alright, doesn't it?
It does. Nice
That's-
orange colour.
Yeah, right. Is that cloudy or? I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know.
Cheers. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
I like it.
I reckon I've tasted that before.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's, yeah, very heavy.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it though.
Just I've had this beer before. So obviously, if it's a
Have you?
Marzen, well,
Which is the Marzen style.
it must be, yeah, because
Yeah.
that's a very familiar taste.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't.
I don't know, I drink a lot of beer, so
Yeah.
it's hard to tell.
Yeah, and we're not beer connoisseurs, obviously.
No, I just like beer.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I could drink that.
Yeah. Yeah, happily.
Cool. So this has come from Wisconsin's, from Mark with a C. That's how you're known around here, Mark with a C.
Yep, Mark with the C. We have to distinguish.
Yep. So you told them all about the Mars and stuff.
Yep.
So this Potosi is a place, it's a town.
That's a town in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yep. Also
And-
a town in Bavaria.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So there was I looked up on there on the on the website just about the brewery. It was established in 18 something,
Yep.
and then some other group bought them out. No, made them go broke.
Yeah, outsold them, basically.
Yeah, and it closed down. So this this brewing company started the brewing business on the actual land where that brewing. So it just says it's newly founded.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
They were playing
So
on
they're rehashing it.
rehashing it.
basically,
Yeah. So obviously, I don't presume all the old brewery bits and pieces was there. They've
Yeah,
just started it
started it
fresh.
again, Yeah.
But playing off the back of the original brewery was there. It's quite hard to say brewery quite a few times, isn't it?
It is. It's the
Brewery.
Aussie accent. It's really difficult. I struggled with it last time when Brody was here. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Brewery.
The more you say it, the more it sounds retarded.
Brewery. Yeah, you've really got to enunciate it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
just you're mumbling.
Well, there you go. So that is the Potosi. So we're going with it's a heavy beer,
Heavy beer. Yeah.
5.5% alcohol. We know that.
Yes, we do know that. I don't know whether that's really considered high nowadays.
No.
I assume when they brew it, it's higher and it
Yeah.
slowly drops as it ages. Good drop though.
Yeah,
I
not
mind
too
it.
bloody bad.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So there you go.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be doing this every Man Cave Tuesday. We'll just do I don't know once every second week, once a month.
Whenever
Well,
we feel like it.
Yeah, we'll head over to Matt's place. He's slowly doing up his the Man Cave over there. He
Yep.
got a bar, so a bar that your grandfather.
He built it.
How long ago?
With his father, I would say 50 odd years ago. They won first place in the local fair.
Oh,
for it.
true.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. Bit
So-
of family history.
It's a smaller, so it's not like your big ostentatious bars that you get now. It was
No, think like a home bar from the 60s.
Yeah.
The small little cabinet style thing. But yeah,
so we
it's pretty good.
want to put a base on it to raise it up.
Yeah, to lift it up.
Lift it
so
up.
you can sit some stools at it and
Yeah.
make it feel a little bit more like a proper pub.
Yeah. So once we get that organised, or maybe if we don't get that organised, we'll go over to Matt's. Most probably the next one we'll go over to yours and do
Yeah.
that. What have we got left over there?
Why not?
What's that?
Got Tyrannino. I don't know what that is.
Brewer's gone wild.
Yeah, and Clipper Light.
No, that's Aussie.
Or is that
That's the real cheap Aussie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
I can't remember why I got it.
Is that like an Aldi beer?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we've only got one more left of the Wisconsin Spear, and then we'll start doing the bloody Aussie stuff. Cool. All right, that's it. Back to the man cave. Rightio, guys. So now it is time to give away this handcrafted, well, practically handcrafted bottle opener, rollaway spike. So Nate, myself, and even Matt has had a bloody hand in making this thing, and I think it's come up absolutely brilliant. So I said I wasn't going to do the whole raffle thing for the crew, guys. I wanted to give this one away to a particular person, and straight up I'll tell you who it is. It's Luther, that's Lutha. Now on the Patreon side he uses Luther as the name. I know what his real name is and his address, obviously. I don't know whether he wanted his real name to be used or not. But Luther, if you're watching this, mate, this is being sent to you. Now the reason why I'm doing that is because I really appreciate you've been with me since June last year, and the amount of money that you actually put each month is just absolutely bloody crazy, and I really appreciate it. So I just thought it would be very fitting to actually give this to you in appreciation. So there you go, Luther. Thank you very much, mate. Cool. Well, there you go, guys. That is Man Cave Tuesday done and dusted. Hope you really enjoyed it. Now on Thursday we've got, of course, the Virago 250 budget bike build will be coming out. Now, I've told you about that canister support thing. I'm still waiting on that coming from bloody China. I've also ordered that standalone stove with the hose that attaches to the canisters, the cheap canisters. I've got one of them on order, so we're going to be doing a review on that. And I'm even taking bloody Max out onto the tracks as a separate video. And we'll do something, I don't know what, but I'll just jump on him and take you guys with me. All right, guys, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.